That's my best friend, that's my best friend. She's not my girlfriend, she's my best friend.
What's up? What's good? What's good to YouTube? This is Tia, and today I'm here alone, and I'm gonna be doing something that you guys have been waiting for a very long time. I'm going to be cooking, but this time I'm going to be making Guyanese Dosa. To those of you that doesn't know what Dosa is, it's a Guyanese version of pancakes, but we use a little, we twist up our ingredients a little bit. But my aunt taught me how to make this. I grew up watching her make it every Sunday. Every Sunday she'd make it. We would eat it with peanut butter, with butter, whatever was available. So without further ado, I am going to start. But today I don't have a camera person, so y'all bear with me. Having to walk around with this camera, it is not easy, so y'all bear with me, guys. So I am going to start with, hold on. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to be starting with stir-fried flour. Yes, we use stir-fried flour. It is I prefer personally stir-fried flour, because stir-fried flour give your dosa that little, spongy texture, and it cooks really fast. So yeah, I'm going to be using, I'm not going to be making a lot, probably a batch or two. So this is a half cup. I'm probably going to be using 1 cup. Yeah, 1 cup of stir-fried flour. What I'm going to be doing is mixing all my dry ingredients in first. I'm going to be using some salt, probably half a teaspoon. We don't want too much salt right now. Then here I have is my nutmeg. We can't have our pancakes without nutmeg. Nutmeg gives your pancake a really good flavor. I'm gonna have just a little bit, and y'all know we don't really measure, so y'all bear with me. Just a little bit of nutmeg, and of course I'm going to be using granulated sugar, white sugar. And the reason why I chose granulated sugar, because I don't want to change the color of the pancake, like the original color of the pancake. So I'm going to be using granulated sugar. Shit, my bad. But I'm probably less than a half cup. The reason I do that, we Guyanese, we don't use syrup on our dosa, so we have to make sure it is sweet enough. So what I am going to do, I already combined all my dry ingredients. I am going to mix it up first. I think I need some more flour. I'll have a little bit more in there. Mix up all these ingredients. I think I might need some more nutmeg too. Like I said, we don't measure, we just average. But when you can cook, or when you're used to seeing certain things, it's easy to average. So now I already mixed all my dry ingredients. I'm going to add some milk in here, about a half cup first, and I'm gonna mix as I go, because I don't want it. Okay, I need some more, so which means I add a cup of milk to this. I'm going to mix this as I go, because stir-fried flour gets thick pretty fast, so you have to mix as you go. So I have my flour in there, my milk, sorry. I use whole milk. You can use buttermilk or whatever milk you want. We normally use powdered milk, but I couldn't find no powdered milk in the store. So you don't know, we gotta just work with what we got. So I'm gonna mix this up. I got 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. And also, how can we forget vanilla extract? Vanilla extract give your dosa a good flavor. It's just hard to explain, you just gotta taste it. And we got some melted butter. I melted it because I wanted it to combine, to mix in properly. Because when you put the butter stick in there, it sort of have little lumps, and you don't want lumps. And that's why I'm using a whisk. So I'm mixing all this in here. I'm mixing all this in, but this is the texture I have right now. So I'm looking for a little bit thicker. So I'm going to do nothing wrong, add a little bit more flour. just a little bit. You don't want a lot because, like I said, self-rising flour, it gets thick pretty fast. So I'm going to mix that in, make sure it's smooth. Make sure it's very smooth. So this is what it looks like when you're done. See, it is very smooth. What I'm going to do, I know a lot of people might be like, oh, nah, I'm going to taste my batter. Make sure it has enough flavor. Make sure it has enough sugar and enough salt. Make sure it has a good balance of sugar and salt. So give me a few. I'll taste it right now. Perfect. You know what? I think I do need a little bit more sugar in here. Give me a few. So I'm gonna add just a little more sugar. Don't worry, we're using this sugar because we don't use pancake syrup. So we're gonna utilize this sugar to give us up a really good flavor. So there we have it, our pancakes mix. So I'm going to set my roti pan. I'm gonna heat it up and I will be back. Alright guys, I have my roti pan here. I prefer to use roti pan because I don't know, I just grew up watching people use it. My roti pan. I'm going to take the brush and brush some butter on here, just in the center, because the thing about butter is you don't want to put butter in unnecessary places because it starts to burn and you don't want that. So you can put just in the middle. Just I have my batter right here. I'm going to put like less than a cup of my mixture on the roti pan. I'm gonna place it in the center just to make sure I get a round pancake. We don't want to be all over. We can keep the batter right in the center and just let it there. By the way, I have my stove on medium heat, so this is the right size of pancake I need. So I'm just gonna let that start to cook. I have my stove on medium heat, so yeah, it's cooking already. I'll be back. Alright guys, we're back, and I don't know if you can see how the batter is raising. That is what the self-rising flour does. You can see that it's going to be so moist when it's done, because anything that's the self-rising flour, I recommend it for cakes and pancakes and stuff like that because it makes your stuff really spongy. I don't know if you guys noticed when I first threw this on the pan, it was like watery, and look how much is risen so far. So I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm going to flip it. Don't be afraid. Sometimes when you flip, it makes a mess, and that's okay. Not everybody's a professional flipper now, but that's okay to make a mess. So look at that golden brown. Just look at that golden brown. That's the kind of color you want on your pancakes, and it's good for presentation too. So I'm gonna let that cook. I'm gonna turn the stove down just a little bit more, and I'm going to let that cook for another minute or two. Not even 2 minutes, because the thing about self-rising flour, it cooks really fast. Yes, it cooks really fast, but it's fully cooked inside because of the sponginess, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit, another minute or so, and it's going to be done. And when I'm done with this one, I'm going to repeat the same process. So this is almost done, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to repeat the same process. We want the butter again in the center of the pan. We don't need any excess butter to the edges or anything like that, because butter burns. It burns really fast, and you don't want the extra burnt edges on your pancake, anything like that. So I'm going to repeat the same process like I did, and remember to keep your batter, keep it in the center, and that way you have a better chance of having a round pancakes. So you keep the batter in the center. You see how round that was? You don't have to round your pancake off yourself. No, you don't. Keep the batter to the center. It rounds itself. Thank me later. So it's cooking, and I'll be right back, y'all. Alright guys, so we're back. and we're ready to flip again. I know you might even, you guys will be asking, oh, where did you go? No, I didn't want to make the video all long out and stuff, standing up waiting for it to ready to flip and all that. So I'm getting straight to the point. So here it's ready to flip again. Like I said, you don't have to be a professional flipper now. Shit happens in the kitchen, even with a professional cook. So here we're ready to flip again. You see, it makes a mess sometimes, and that is okay, because you're not worried about that mess. You're worried about the texture and the taste. That can be taken care of. So let this cook for another minute or so. Like I said, it's gonna be all done, and it's gonna be all good. So whatever that is, don't worry about it. It's not that important. So I'll be back and I'll show you guys what the finished product looks like. I'm gonna show you what this Guyanese Dosa looks like. Be right back. All right, guys, here is the finished product. Guyanese Dosa, Guyanese Chota, Guyanese Chota, however you guys refer to it, but this is our finished product here. Tell me this doesn't look good, guys. Like, just tell me this doesn't look good. Tell me this doesn't look spongy with that stuffed rice with flour. It smells so good. You can smell the essence. You can smell the nutmeg. Oh God. You can, to those of you that haven't had this before, it's just the Guyanese version of pancakes, but with a little more flavor, with a little more kick. You feel me? Yeah, so this is my aunt's recipe. I'll leave it in the description below. You can, we're normally, I grew up, my aunt, we would have this on Sundays. We would eat it with cheese spread. We would eat it with peanut butter, whatever is available. Some fried eggs, because we didn't have it, had it like that to have bacon and all that extra. But we would eat it with whatever is available. So I'll leave the recipe in the description below, and look forward to a lot more cooking videos, or should I say look forward to a lot more cooking with Thea. So I'll see you guys another time. Thank y'all so much. To those of you that hasn't subscribed yet, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want me to prepare next. Until then, see y'all later.